Welcome to today's episode of A More Excellent You. This is part 4 of our series on Imposter Syndrome. Don't forget to click the links in the description box to watch part 1, 2, and 3. Today, we'll be talking about how personality types and imposter syndrome relate to each other. Does imposter syndrome happen in all personality types? How is it expressed in each personality type? We will be focusing on 2 common personality types, introverts and extroverts. Introverts and extroverts can both experience imposter syndrome, but they often express it differently. The first thing we need to understand is that introversion and extroversion are not the same as confidence and insecurity. An introvert is not automatically insecure. An extrovert is not automatically confident. Introversion is often about how a person processes and where they draw their energy from. An introvert is a person who recharges their energy through solitude and quietness rather than socializing, while extroverts gain energy from being around people and from social interactions. Neither is better, neither is weaker or stronger. There are different ways of engaging with the world. But imposter syndrome can attach itself to either personality type and distort it. So, how does an introvert experience imposter syndrome? For introverts, imposter syndrome often happens internally. They may not say much about their doubts. They may simply become quiet, become withdrawn, become overly cautious or hesitant. The introvert may naturally think deeply before speaking, but under imposter syndrome, thinking deeply can turn into overthinking. They may have a contribution to make, but their mind starts evaluating it before it leaves their mouth. Is this useful? Has someone said something better? What if I sound foolish? What if they disagree? What if I cannot explain it clearly? So they remain silent. And the painful thing is, their silence may then become misinterpreted. People may think, oh, they're not interested, or they're not confident, or they have nothing to say. But internally, they may be full of thought. This is how imposter syndrome can make an introverted person invisible. So how can introverts grow out of imposter syndrome? For introverts, overcoming imposter syndrome is not about becoming loud. It's about learning to show up with quiet confidence. And one practical step is preparation. Before that meeting, prepare one thought, prepare one question, or prepare one contribution. Don't pressure yourself to speak up too many times. Just start with one intentional contribution. The second step you can take is to speak earlier. Sometimes, the longer you wait, the louder the fear becomes. So speak earlier and overcome the fear. Share something near the beginning of the meeting, something simple to break the internal barrier. The third step you can take is stop waiting for clarity. You can say something like, I'm thinking this through, or I'm still thinking this through, but one thought that I have is this or that. Or you could say, this may be worth considering. You don't need to sound perfect to contribute meaningfully. Next, we'll talk about how extroverts experience imposter syndrome. For extroverts, imposter syndrome can be harder for others to recognize because it may hide behind expression. An extrovert may look confident. They may talk easily, engage quickly, lead conversations, and seem comfortable in social spaces. But inside, they may still feel pressure. They may think, I have to keep being impressive. I have to keep being useful. If I admit I don't know, people will lose respect for me. So while introverts may hide by withdrawing, extroverts may hide by performing. And because people believe the performance, they then find themselves feeling trapped. So they cannot show weakness at that point. So how can an extrovert grow out or overcome imposter syndrome? For extroverts, overcoming imposter syndrome is not about suddenly becoming quiet or less expressive. It's about learning that you don't have to perform to be worthy. One practical step you can take is practicing honesty. You can say, I'm still learning that, or I don't have an answer yet, or I need some time to think about it. Another practical step you can take is learning to rest from performance. You don't always have to be the strongest person in the room. You don't always have to be the loudest voice in the room. You don't always have to carry that conversation in the room. You can be present and take part, be a participant in the room without leading the conversation. Another practical step is learning to receive support. Needing help does not make you a fraud. You can always ask for help. It makes you human. So, what have we said today? Introverts and extroverts both experience imposter syndrome. They just wear different masks. For an introvert, imposter syndrome may wear the mask of silence. For an extrovert, it may wear the mask of confidence. But healing does not come from becoming someone else. The introvert can be quiet and confident. The extrovert can be expressive and honest. Remember, you're not an imposter because your personality expresses confidence differently. You are just different. Thank you for staying with me to the end. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Till next time, bye for now.